All right, so we're back down at the river dump, and I'm actually finishing up the hunt today. And I had a freaking disaster, and I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But let's go ahead and jump in the water and watch what I dug. I'll talk to you at the end, and then we'll do a little roundup at my house. I'll clean the stuff up because I found some pretty cool stuff. See, the river is low and very, very clear today. Now, if some of the video is a little blurry, I'm going to tell you why in the end. Oh, what a disaster. You may even be able to kind of figure it out right now. I don't know. I can't see my face, but I have a feeling it's not too pretty. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Here's what my disaster was. At some point, you may have seen me pick up this big blob, which I thought was like a conglomerate of like treasure and stuff. Like I broke open at my house. I was sitting on a rock, hitting on a rock, and it was just kind of soft and gushy. So I just let go of it, and then all of a sudden I started kind of tasting oil. Apparently that was an oil filter, and I got it all over me. I got it in my eyes, I got it in my mouth. I may have it on my face. Eyes look really dark in the camera, so probably is. My gloves are completely coated with it. My camera lens was all blurry. I threw my gloves up on the bank here. That's oil from that oil filter. Both my gloves. Of course, I smeared it all over me. I tried digging for, I dug for a little while after that, but I shouldn't have. I gotta get home and like, I don't know, put WD-40 all over my body and grease myself up and get this oil off. All right, we'll see you back at the house. I think my eyes look really bad. Oh my God. Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Now this hunt was something else. It was absolutely disgusting, horrible, and I'm probably gonna get cancer after this. I was having fun out there. I was finding some stuff, and we're going to take a close-up look at these things. I guess you saw my face was all covered with like oily grease and stuff. And what happened is this, and if you notice in the video, I was, fanning it's about halfway through, I was fanning, and you can see this like black stuff floating up. And I didn't realize what it was. I thought it was just like old paper or something that had, that I was, going through. But all of a sudden I could taste something in my mouth. I could tell it was like a petroleum product of some sort, but I just kept going, the chig. And I started getting stuff on my mask, and I didn't pay much attention to it for a while. And then I got a lot of stuff on my mask. So I went to, kind of wipe it off. I thought it was like leaves and stuff, and just smeared across the mask. And I noticed my gloves were black. They're normally like a grayish color, but they were black and completely soaked with oil. What happened is I dug through an oil filter, and I actually smashed it on rock a few times. I thought it was like a conglomerate of treasure, but it was soft, so I just let it go. And the oil came out of it. Now you got to remember that oil has been in there since the 1950s. So we're looking at 70-year-old oil that has been sitting at the bottom of the river, and it stunk really bad, and it was thick, kind of almost greasy like. And I got it all over my face because I was adjusting my mask, and I was trying to clear the stuff off. That's why I had black eyes and really black eyebrows. So that's what that was, and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. But we did find a few things, so I'm going to bring you over here and just show you a couple of them. We'll talk about them a little bit, and we'll move on from there. Okay, so this is kind of the totality of what I found this day, and the day was cut a little bit short, but I think we did okay. Let's first look at the dog tag I found. It's basically Washington County, Maryland, 1953, and I think that's going to put, that dump. I think it's kind of in the middle of when the dump was there. I don't think it was there through the 60s. I think it was mostly the 50s. And next up is a Great Seal button. This would date probably to World War II. I mean, they used them a little bit after that, but I suspect since I found so much World War II stuff in this dump, this is probably off someone's uniform. I would suspect there's more of these out there, but I'm not going to go back to that oily area. And if you look at the back mark, it says Waterbury, Connecticut Button Company. That's a very famous button company. They were making buttons during the Civil War and all the way up to at least this period. And they're probably still in business, although I can't say for sure. And this is a great little find right here. This is a silver Washington quarter, but the date is what makes it special. It's 1944. So that is a World War II era coin, which kind of makes them a little more collectible. And I just like finding the war issue stuff. So that's a pretty good find right there. I have a few wheat pennies here. Most of them are in bad shape, except this one. This one's a 1955, which again is, I think a dump was mostly there in the 50s. This was probably lost pretty soon after it was minted, but this river is really tough on coins and stuff. Let's just take a quick look at this cup. I'm not sure why I saved it, but I did. This is the maker's mark. It's made in USA, vitrified, Jackson, China, Fall Falls Creek, Pennsylvania. It's probably a really common type of cup. I'll keep this as part of the display because it's kind of interesting, and I can put some of these relics in it, some of the smalls. All right, anything else you want to talk about, let me know. There's not too many really interesting things here after that. Oh, let's look at this. But it's an old German beer something. I don't know if this would have been like a bottle opener that's rotted off or not. If you guys know, let me know. I haven't really ever found one like that. It's made out of like a brass or copper alloy. All right, this Chevrolet emblem is kind of interesting. I'm not sure where on the vehicle this would go, if it would go on the front, or I just have no idea. If you guys do know, let me know, so I can put that in my memory bank for the next 15 or 20 minutes. Let's look at the back too. Obviously it has some weird mounting stud there, and I don't have a clue how that would be put on. Normally you'd see something like a screw or bolt coming out of it that you tighten up, but that's definitely different. All right, if you see anything else in here, just let me know and we'll talk about it in another video. But I'm pretty happy with just putting the stuff away. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoyed the little story about the oil filter that really ruined my day. I mean, I came home, I cleaned myself up with WD-40, which really works good for oil and grease, and then jumped in the shower with a big old bottle of Dawn dish soap and a scratchy thing, and got myself cleaned up, and I think I did pretty good. My clothes are pretty much a mess. I'm probably going to have to throw them out. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you join me on the next one, and I hope it's not an oily, greasy mess. We'll see you then.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets. She's promised.
A little squirrel swam all the way across the river. Hey there, buddy. Run.